but once he jumped on the freeway with two pop tires, he was doing about 50 to 60 miles an hour. So he's back northbound on the 14 right now, and speeds are about 40 miles an hour. So looks like no signs of this guy stopping.
All right, I see one cruiser following closely behind at this point. Are there any other cruisers behind behind this cruiser here? Yeah, I see a couple more there.
Yeah, there's a few more that have joined in from the Newhall division of the California Highway Patrol. They've taken over from the Sheriff's Department. Again, the Sheriff's Department got clearance to do a pit maneuver, but because of the size of the vehicle and because they were not pit qualified, they were not able to do that. But now that the CHP's on scene, it's a different story. They will try it if they can, although the size of the truck may determine whether they can actually do that or not. So they may just ride this out to see if those two tires eventually just give way.
Typically, we see pit maneuvers done on vehicles, sedans and compacts and such. I don't think I've ever witnessed one being attempted on a car or a vehicle this size. So the fact that the Sheriff's Department was given clearance to do so was sort of surprising to me, Gil.
It was surprising me too, Michael, when I heard that it was a box truck like this, and certainly a truck this size, I should say, certainly would be a tall order for any vehicle to try to spin this out, and likely the CHP is not going to do that.
Yeah, I noticed some writing there on the side of the truck. Do we know what's inside the contents of this truck here, Gil?
I was trying to figure that out too. It says Stumptown on the side, and it looks like maybe hard to tell. I don't know if you can see it better, but it looks like some sort of maybe beverage or fruit drink. Maybe it's hard to say, but I'm not familiar with Stumptown.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and have our folks here in the booth to look that up. And I see, as we spoke of the tires not too long ago, I see what appears to be the driver's tire there, a little wonky. Excuse the phrasing, but a little wonky there.
It does look a little wonky. In fact, they just mentioned it on the CHP scanner that the front tire is gone, or is in the process of being gone. So he's likely going to be on that rim, and it's going to make it harder for him to control that vehicle. I don't know if you can see the driver right now or not, but again, he's continuing here. He's very determined to get away. Now he's all the way into the center divider. Let's see if he hits it.
Yeah, certainly made strides across the freeway. They're now in the near the center divider, as you mentioned. We mentioned that, in fact, two tires, in fact, might be disabled. It looked as if maybe some rubber came off of one of those there. But I just gotten word Stumptown is a coffee company, or a type of coffee. So, again, got some clarification of what Stumptown really is. We look as if now, if the driver's slowing down here, Gil.
He is, and he looks like he's having difficulties steering the vehicle right against that center divider. I'm going to come out to a wider shot as he does that. You can see how slow he's going now. The airship overhead keeping track of the pursuit, and traffic being blocked behind this pursuit. Oh, look at it. He's coming to a stop here. We're going to come into a stop ourselves, and he's jumping out. He's going across freeway. This is very dangerous for this guy. Oh, look at that. It's splitting those cars. Now he's on foot on the southbound side of the 14. Now he's going to go into the shoulder and see where he goes from here. But wow, the CHP going to have to cross that freeway or try to get the Sheriff's Department down on surface streets, but the driver out and running here for his life.
This guy's gotten moves gliding across those freeways of the lanes of oncoming traffic here. He stopped near the center divider, hands up in the air, being tracked, of course, by police out there, by the Sheriff's Department. Giving up here.
Yeah, there you go. So the sheriffs were right on this. They were tracking it on the surface streets. This deputy right here was wise to where he was jumping out and made his way over. They have their guns drawn, and this guy said enough's enough. He's going down into the dirt, and it looks like once they clear that fence, they'll be able to get this guy in custody.
Yeah, Gil, you've been covering these for quite some time. I don't think I've ever seen such a bail like that before. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's very dangerous. I mean, and that was full traffic speed on the southbound side of the 14. So he's really lucky that he was able to split those cars like that.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, he crosses all those lanes of traffic there. I think he's going to, head off to the side of the freeway. He's going to make a run forward as he did. Thought he was going to get away, but you see sheriff's deputies there waiting for him, anticipating his next move.
Yeah, that was genius from the Sheriff's Department to track it on the surface streets like that, and they were just pretty much waiting for him on that side road.
Unbelievable. So now taking him into custody, protocol would be, of course, to check out the truck to make sure no one else is inside of that truck. As we figured out, this Stumptown is a coffee known for cold brew coffee. Again, taken from a strip mall there in Santa Clarita, and of course we see traffic still moving here to some degree on both the north and southbound sides of the 14 freeway as the suspect is taken into custody.
Yeah, it looks like they secured the box truck for sure. Now it's just getting the guy in custody. He is cuffed and up and will be walked to one of the patrol cars, and that will be that for this guy. But again, a very dangerous situation for the sheriffs. Certainly when the guy was trying to ram him in that parking lot mall, that was very dangerous for them. This guy in this big truck trying to ram those deputies in their vehicles, they weren't taking it, and they got this guy finally.
Yeah, and I was going to mention, and you just reiterated here that, again, this was more than just stealing a truck. Again, tried to ram two deputies or some deputies early on in this chase, Gil.
Yeah, that's when we heard that, I thought, okay, this is ramping up. Even though he was at slow speeds, at that time he had fresh tires. They weren't popped by the spike strip attempt. He did have fresh tires, so he was good to go at any speed. But he was trying to ram those vehicles, like they were saying, and they said enough's enough. Where they put out a spike strip in that mall parking lot, and were able to puncture at least two of the tires, bringing it to a disabled point here northbound 14th freeway.
And you know, we mentioned here that the sheriff's department early on gave clearance to perform a pit maneuver, and both you and I were surprised to hear about that, but it seems as if the spike strip did exactly what it was supposed to do here.
It certainly did, and certainly, looking at the size of that truck, it's highly unlikely that they were going to try to do a pit maneuver on this thing whatsoever.
All right, so the northbound 14 freeway, you see that stolen truck there, stopped there right up against the median. The suspect ditched out of that truck right across the lanes of the 14 southbound. And he is, as Gil said, up and cuffed. We, of course, will have more on this coming up on the NBC4 News at 4 o'clock. The chase is